Hi everyone, my name's Arnaud Stafa and I'm here today with Yorgo Glynatsis. I've known Yorgo for about 2 years now. I met him at a networking event, so remember, network. Yorgo, tell us a bit about yourself.
I have an acting background, so I studied in Belgium in theatre, and I did a conservatory in a city called Charleroi. Then I moved to the capital, Brussels, and when I came in London now 10 years ago, I've realized I wanted to switch a bit more to screen acting. And then fast forward during the pandemic, I've realized that I wanted to be more than an actor, and I had so many ideas.
And why is that? What was that switch for you from actor to director? Because now you want to go full-time directing mostly?
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually mostly directing now, and I really want to focus on directing. So during the pandemic, because everything was shut down, my part-time job, I was really privileged and lucky that I got furloughed. So I was at home and I was like, why do I do this all this time? I don't want to not do anything. So I started to take online classes, courses about writing, producing, directing. But what I've realized is actually I've done it before, but I was not considering myself as a professional director or writer producer. But I've actually wrote, produced, and direct scenes for my own acting showreel with friends. But at that time I was like, no, I'm not really a writer director because it's just for acting showreel. It's just between friends. But now I realize I actually studied before, and I was always a director, writer, producer. Also because I've actually watched a TV series on BBC called I May Destroy You, and that series triggered me because one of the scenes is actually what happened to me. So little bit of background. My first short film called Trigger is about sexual consent, and something happened to me in the past, and actually put it on the side. My brain, protective brain, just put it on the side. But when I watched this TV series, everything came back to me, and I was like, what do I do now with this? And so I went with therapy, but I realized I needed to voice it. I had this burning feeling inside of me that was like, I need to speak up. But also I want to transform this trauma into art, creativity, and maybe helping other people to voice it and raise awareness.
I meet a lot of people who have stories to tell, and very important stories. How long did it take you from script to completion? Because some people get very frustrated. They're like, I haven't done it. I'm not done enough. I need to do more. I need to do more. And they put so much pressure on themselves, and they don't realize that, especially your first, takes a long time.
Yeah, it can take a long time,
So how long did it take for you?
So apparently...
Oh, sorry, by the way. How long did it take you for you from script to Amazon Prime? Because that's the important part.
So it took me 1.5 years from script to go to Amazon Prime. And I know some filmmakers friend told me is like, this is very short. So I've done it quite fast. I mean, when I was doing it, I was like, this is taking so long. I thought after 6 months, like, yes, it's cool. But I've learned like, no, it takes time, especially when you want to do high quality, high-end films, especially with important messages. And because it was my personal story, so it was linked with my personal healing journey to take the time and not rushing it. So I wrote the script in 2021 or 2022. I don't remember now. Yes. And then when I was like, I need to do it. So I collaborate with a co-director, and she became the co-director with me too, because I act in it. So yes, I was some arts. So I was writer, director, actor, and I kind of co-produced it. I was helping the lead producer, and I've learned producing through her, called Eleni Sava. So I co-wrote and co-directed with Chloe Potamiti. Now she's based in Greece, in Athens, but I'm forever grateful to her because I think, without her, Trigger will not be there. Because I needed to have someone looking from the outside.
Yeah.
Because it's my personal story.
Yes.
But at some point I realized this is bigger than me.
Yeah.
This is my story. So in the beginning it was for me, it was a healing journey and a healing process. But then I realized that was bigger than me. So I had to have someone to be like, we're making a film.
Yeah.
Forget this is my story.
Yeah, yeah.
So you need to push me as a writer, director, and as an actor on set. It took 1.5 years from the script, and then we went to pre-production, shooting, so production, and then post-production, and then festivals, and then I got approached by a distribution company. They found me on IMDb.
Yes.
And in the beginning, when they sent me the email, I was like, "This is a scam. This is too good to be true. It's a far short film." I googled them. I went to the website and asked a few filmmakers' friends. And they sent me the contract. I was like, "Okay, let me send this contract to a few friends. Like, do you see any red flags?" And they was like, "No, I think it's fine. I think just be happy and say yes." So, when I signed in after they could have a deal with Amazon Prime.
Yes.
But that's why I mentioned before. So on Amazon Prime, it's called These Untold Secrets. So they've compiled 5 LGBTQAI plus short films to make it like it's a feature, but it's a compilation of 5.
Yes.
And so you need to type These Untold Secrets
on
Amazon Prime. And then the second short film is mine. It's called Trigger.
How did you fund it for a short film?
So it was a mix with crowdfunding and self-funding.
Yes.
And actually I want to talk about self-funding because people told me in the beginning you should never put your own money in your own films.
Yes.
I actually disagree with that because who's going to put money if you don't put first the money? But I just want to say that yes, you should self-fund a bit your first short film because it's an investment for yourself, for your film, and you will never regret it because this is your CV, you know? People will know you now as a director, writer, producer, or actor. So it makes sense that you invest financially in your own film, right? Yes, to be honest, you might not get this money in return, which is fine. So, but the advice I would like to give is put money that it's okay that you can invest it in your own film. And then you still can pay your rent. You still have food on your table and stuff. So it's just like, don't put all your money and then you finish in the street. I'm exaggerating here. But put a bit of your own money to make it happen because so there are different ways to get funding. So you can do crowdfunding, you can self-fund, you can go with grants fundings like the BFI, British Council, and other stuff. We're not going to go into details, but I mean, I'm creating a course about that. So if you want, with the course I'm creating from, how to write, produce, direct, and distribute your first short film, I go through all the areas where you can get fundings. But for this, I'm not going to go into details.
And by the way, I will put all his descriptions to whatever platform this is attached to, so you'll be able to find him very easily after this. I'm obviously doing this short films, A Thief's Love, and my budget is £3,000 to £5,000.
Yes.
How achievable is that for me?
Your first short film, realistically and statistically, you might not have 10K, 15K, 20K, 25K.
Yes.
It's possible, still some people achieve that, but realistically you have to deal with £3,000, £5,000. It's a normal budget for a first short film. I suggest to do a story that maximum have 2 locations and maximum 3 characters. With Trigger, we had 1 house. But in the story, were 3 locations. Thank you to my production designer, Brenda. Hello, Brenda. So we had a castings
Yeah.
room. We had a clinic, NHS clinical room. And then we had a house to do a house party. And then in this house party, we were shooting in the kitchen, corridors, and then a bedroom.
Yeah.
And it was one house.
Yes.
So production designer makes magic.
Yes.
So you can save money with one location. We just have to be
Yeah.
creative. So yeah, this is an achievable budget with the story you want and the setup.
Yeah, because on my first one, I learned that a bit the hard way. I had quite a few locations and it was quite difficult, but it was...
What you've learned.
Yes. One thing I've learned as well is that when you don't have money, you got time.
Yes.
So money normally speeds up things and you can do things really quickly with money.
Yeah.
Because you can throw money at it. Essentially, if you want to fix it,
Yeah.
throw money at it and it'll be fixed. But when you don't have money, you got time. So take your time and don't worry about how long it
and you
takes.
become more creative.
Yes.
You find solutions.
Yes.
So what I've learned with my first short film is, oh my God, you can be really creative and you can... My goal was like, I didn't want people tell me, like, yeah, it looks like it's a 1,200 short film.
Yes.
No, when people, I say how much was the value, they were like, what?
Yes.
So for me, it's mission done.
I'll never forget what my friend said to me. He said, the audience sees what the camera sees.
Yes.
So as long as the camera can see a period setup, that's what the audience will believe.
Yeah.
The background doesn't matter. You can be in a warehouse. It doesn't matter.
There's production design again.
Yes.
There's their job to transform and make it believable.
100%. Out of my budget that I have allocated myself, how much should go to festivals? Because a lot of people forget about that.
Yeah.
They focus so much on production and then after that they're like, oh damn, we need money.
With Trigger, I've put 1,500 because I was like, I didn't know how to filter with festival and I didn't have literally a festival strategy.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm going to send to everyone. I'm going to try to get to the BAFTA Oscar qualifying one. And so I put 1,500.
Yes.
Now, with the experience in the other short film I've done, I reduced this budget for festival.
Yes.
Right now, I think a good festival budget should be around 500.
Okay.
500 to 700.
Yes.
If you want to go to the BAFTA Oscar qualifying one, because they obviously cost a bit more.
Yes.
So yeah, about that, there is a fee to submit your film to a festival, and there are platforms like Film Freeway. The platform is free, but to submit the film, you need to pay a fee. There are free festivals. For example, and I've learned it this year, Cannes for short film is actually free to apply.
Okay.
Not for feature, but for short film.
Okay.
But most of the free festivals, they are not the big ones. Let's put it out there.
Yes.
Only Cannes.
Yes.
But yeah, I think right now I should put 500, 700 with a festival strategy. So you need to know the stories that you are selling and going more, as you say, as a product.
Yes.
What type of audience, what type of festival, and you can kind of look with festival, what type of short film they're selling a bit. So you see they like this type of story, they like maybe more drama, more comedy, more experimental short film and stuff. But there's obviously this, you have to go into details, and I mean, otherwise we're gonna do a 3 hours stuff. But you have to think about a festival strategy, and you can hire people. In the course I'm creating, I'm going to talk a bit about this, and I also do festival coaching, and we can go through your film. I can watch your film, and then we can come up with a festival strategy, and I can follow you kind of through the journey, so we can have a 1 hour online session every month, and then we just adapt the plan. But it can be also for when you are in production or you are in a script development. So yeah, now I offer all filmmaking coaching online. So you can DM me or email me. or go through houseofglynatsis.com and we can talk and see if we can work together. But yes, did I answer your question?
You did.
Oh yeah.
I have a question for both the festival and the filmmaking side.
Yes.
What did you do wrong? What do you feel like you did wrong on your first time making your first short and doing that festival run?
The relationship between a producer and a director
Yes.
is really important. And I had to change my first producer. I'm not going into details. It's good. It was an experience, but I had a different vision for the after.
Yes.
And there was a lot of work.
Yes.
And you need to be okay with the producer to be like, you know, I know it's a passion project, but a lot of work gonna have to be done.
Yeah.
And they have to be okay with that.
Yes.
And having the same vision. So I think it's important to take the time to do. Not an interview, it's just like you have a meeting, you can do online, you don't have to meet in person for that. And you just talk about everything, your concept, and also the after, when the film is done, where do you see, and the work we're going to do. So take the time to really find a producer that you have the same vision and the same vibe, and someone with solution focus.
Yes.
Because shit will happen. This is part of the filmmaking journey.
Yeah.
But you need to have people around you. So I'm going to say the team in general for every department. If hire people, they are solutions minded.
Yes.
Not creating more problems and just
100%.
focusing on the problems.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you don't do anything and you get stuck.
I always say filmmaking is managing chaos.
Yeah.
Because
this
it's
is a good way to
chaos.
say it.
You gotta manage it. You gotta schedule it right. You gotta know exactly how many minutes you're filming. If it's too much, it's very hard.
Yes.
If it's too little, what you're doing,
Yeah.
you must have a lot of money.
No, exactly.
So, yeah, I totally agree with you. And what do you do wrong festival run wise? Was one tip
Yeah,
that you give to
I
people?
mentioned it. So I
Yeah.
didn't have a festival strategy, so I just
Okay.
throw
Festival
money at
strategist,
it.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it
Yes.
because, I mean, I got nominated. I won an award. So
Yes.
yes, I had a successful festival run. Between 10 to 15 festival, if they select you out of 50 submission, you have a successful
Yes.
festival run.
Yes.
It seems it's not a lot, but actually it is.
Yes.
But if you submit to 10 and you get 4 to 5,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a really success. So it depends. So don't throw the money for everything. Just take your time to see, analyze the festivals, and yeah, I'm gonna say that. And keep money for PR and marketing. Review your film.
Yes.
Get your film reviewed. So this, I didn't do it the first time. Now I'm doing it actually for Trigger. So there are lots of film critiques.
Yes.
And mostly you need to pay a small fee. It's not that big. But there is a budget for that.
It is a bit of a money game, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to marketing, because sometimes the short films with a bigger budget kind of get seen more. However, always remember, good content will always trump everything.
Yeah.
You know, if you were lucky, you had a great team as well behind you and a very supportive team, but you also had a great short, and that makes such a difference as well.
A great recipe.
Yes, 100%. I want to ask you, throughout the process, because I felt this through mine, and I'm sure a lot of first-time filmmakers are going to feel this through theirs, demotivation and imposter syndrome. How do you deal with it? How did you feel it? What do you do? Especially that yours was personal. Mine wasn't a personal story, but yours was personal. So it would have impacted you while making it, because you had to relive something that's negative, isn't precisely positive. How did you deal with that?
Your team is really important.
Yeah.
And now I'm more focusing on directing. So I want to go back with the relationship between a director and a producer. It's important that your producer going to support you, because you're going to doubt yourself.
Yeah.
one day you're gonna feel I am Spielberg, I know what I'm doing, the vision, oh my god, this is an Oscar-worthy short film.
Yeah.
Or BAFTA-worthy short film.
Yeah.
The next day you're like, I'm shit, I don't know what I'm doing. And so you need your team around you to be like, when you are in your lowest moments, they will be the ones to be like, no, this is good. Okay, let's find a solution.
Yeah.
It's okay, because sometimes you're gonna have problems and you don't see the solutions. That's why the team is important to be like,
Yeah.
maybe there's a solution. You'll be like, oh my god, thank you, yes. Because sometimes it might happen you will not have the solution.
Yes.
And especially now as a director, I'm seeing it because there is this kind of stereotype of a director that the director knows everything.
Yeah.
It's not really true. And I think there is a stereotype with leader.
Yeah.
A leader doesn't mean they know everything.
Yes.
They just they surround themselves with a team that can execute their vision.
Yeah.
So you don't have to know everything. You don't have to know the technical sides of cameras, lighting and stuff. But as a director, you know your vision.
Yes.
You know the feelings. I think always remind yourself of what I want the audience to feel. And I'm very in tune with my emotion, and when I watch a film, I'm very emotional. I cry, but for me that's now I see it as my superpower.
Yes.
If I feel it, if I'm getting emotional, it means it works. If I feel it, then people will feel it too.
Yeah.
And I'm really focusing on do I feel?
Yeah.
So, and remind yourself that you're good, that you are enough. Then you are not alone. You have your team around you, and it's okay to say I don't know.
Think like you're Picasso, but behave like you're not.
I love it. A film with people is it's really a collaboration, and it's bigger than yourself, and everyone is important, and it's really important to collaborate and try, if you can on set, try to have time to have options and try option. Your producer, your DOP is like, can we try this? So I think it's important to put some time there to be like, okay, I've done what I think is good and what I wanted, and then maybe you can add some option and be like, you know what, let's try it. So when you go to the editing room, then you see it and you have options. And you'll be like, actually I prefer this. And it happened. Really, and it happens quite often. That I was like, actually I prefer this shot now. Instead of this shot I thought that I liked it. So,
and that's the beauty of collaborating.
And I
want to touch back on the previous question. So how did you deal with demotivation and imposter syndrome? What did you do? Is there anything you did specifically, or anyone you talked to? Because it does jump into our next question, is who helped you at the start?
Yes. So it's kind of what I say is surround yourself that people you can trust, and they have a solution minded and focus. And so when you doubt yourself, they will be like, it's okay, here are some ideas, what do you think? And then you're not alone. So I think what helped me was I'm not alone. I don't have this film on my shoulder. Even if sometimes it feels as a director this is on your shoulder, but it's not really on your shoulder. It's everyone contributing, so it's important to contribute yourself, and also remind yourself of your past achievement. That helped me too. I've done that. I've done that. So it's kind of a validation, no, I'm good. And now that I've done other short film, after this one, when I doubt myself, I'll always come back to my first short film triggers, look, Yorgo, you're good. Look what you've done with your first short film. So keep going. It's okay to learn. It's okay to not have all the answers. And it's actually beautiful to learn and to, I call it leveling it up. So let's try to do better and better and better. And the people that helped me, so in my journey, obviously I
helped you after your show. And for me, just cheering, get the pom-poms out and just go.
But that's important. It's you were not there in the beginning of the journey, but which is okay because it's we didn't know each other at that time.
Yeah.
But now we motivate each other with the
Yep.
after the PR and the marketing and
Yes.
how to promote, and we share tips to each other like, oh, I've done this work, maybe this can work for you and
Yes.
stuff. So there is obviously you, but in the beginning of the journey is there is a Chris Anvi from Anarchy Studio.
Yes.
I was taking acting class, and then I started to do some. I asked him about some tips about my script and how to produce, and he showed me that, he's done his first short film with little of money, and they were quite successful, and him could pay people even if it was a small budget. So there is him, and there is Ty Scalar, that you might know him now because he became a bit famous.
Okay.
Is one of the lead character in One Piece on Netflix.
Okay.
Playing the role of Sanji. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so cool.
So yeah, it's quite cool to have this kind of mentor.
Yeah.
So he at that time he was not on Netflix.
Yes.
So I had few online mentorship with the script. It's actually him that told me to do a personal story.
Yeah.
So Trigger was not about this traumatic event that happened to me.
Yes.
It was like a coming out story.
Yes.
So I brought this traumatic event to lead to me, I mean the character, to tell to his parent he's gay.
Yeah.
But then he told me that particular story, if I was ready, will be more powerful, and I've listened to him, and it's quite a successful story.
And how happy, if you look back now, how happy are you that you took that risk? Because you put your own money in and you took that risk. Basically, how happy are you that you did that?
I mean, I think you can see it. I'm very happy, and I'm here with you, and we're doing this interview podcast to help other filmmakers. So I'm very happy that I can use my own journey to help others. And inspire them to do the same, and just get out of their own heads and doubts, and be like, just do it. My first short film, I've done it with 1,200, and then I put my own money to promote this festival and stuff, and it worked out. And I have a roof above my head. I have food on my table, so that was not a regret that I put my own money. I'm very happy I've done it. And because I've done it, it became a snowball effect, because after my first short film, last year I directed and co-produced 3 short films. So,
and that is a lot. 3. That's what was my final question. So this is the final question.
That was a good leading to the final.
Leading to this is, what are you working on now?
Okay. So after Trigger, I had a friend called Maxime Bonnet that came to me and wanted to do the same than me, and wanted to share a personal story. And so I've co-directed and co-produced with Maxime Bonnet, which now she's a first-time filmmaker, but she's an actress. And so now she did a little jump to go. So, and it's called Unravel, and it's about how to heal from childhood trauma. And the healing journey to go with therapy and the challenges. But in a way, beauty of healing and therapy to overcome childhood trauma. We just finished, and post-production and stuff, the film now, it's ready to go to film festivals. So just watch out, we are coming near you. And then I've directed, co-directed, co-produced a short documentary called Well Proud, about mental health among LGBTQI plus, from Black and POC and global majority members of the LGBT communities in Lewisham. So I've co-directed and co-produced with Charlene Frost for a charity. So I got employed for them for 5 months. The documentary is available on YouTube, so you can put Well Proud and Metro Charity. But it's going through film festival. We recently won an award for it for Best Short Documentary at the South London Film Festival.
Nice.
Another award.
Yeah.
And we were nominated also at the BAFTA qualifying film festival Iris Prize in Wales.
Yes.
And now we are nominated. At that time the video will be released, we might be a winner. So right now we are nominated at the Charity Film Awards, which are apparently considered the Oscar for the charity sector.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, that's nice.
That's exciting.
That's quite good. So yeah, the documentary is doing quite well. And then I directed and co-produced a trans, queer, British, Greek, Cypriot short film called Kupepia, with my friend, my dear friend and talented friend, Sophia V, which she wrote the script, co-produced with me and Anthony Petru, and acting it with some amazing actor. We have Piti Policarpo, which is an Olivier nominated actor, and he has 40 years of experience acting credits in theatre and cinema. So I was quite a bit nervous, but it went very well because we really collaborated and it was really a learning process. And then we have Alexander Theo, which is an actor who was recently, I think he was on Sky. Yeah, he was on Sky, but he has quite a success on TikTok and Instagram, and with his character called Sulla, which is really funny. And then we have Nathan Vaughan Harris, which is on Screw in Channel 4 for 2 seasons. So we have quite... And
wow, yeah.
Arnaldo is also in it.
Yes.
As a supporting role.
Yes, I was support.
I was like, I forgot to mention that. So yeah, this Kupipia we're going to submit right now to film festival, so watch out too.
And I do want to emphasize is that all this came from doing one shot and taking that one risk to take that leap that a lot of people don't. And it's such a shame that a lot of people don't, because I just think of all the talent that is lost because so many people are afraid to take that leap.
Yeah.
And they're afraid, a lot of people, good people, are afraid of being judged or afraid of not being perfect.
Yeah.
And you have to realize you're never gonna be perfect. Perfection, what you perceive as perfection, takes time to build, and more importantly, money, man.
Yeah.
You need a lot of money to get the perfect short or feature film that you want. It takes a lot of time, but that said, always aim for quality. And like I said before, if you don't have money, you got time.
Yeah.
Spend more time on the short list. Spend more time on the script. Spend more time on rehearsal.
Yeah, I agree.
It will add value to the end product.
And also, as I mentioned, be honest with your team to be like, I don't have the money to pay you, but I will put the money to have production's value so they can use it for their own showreel, have IMDb credits, and if it goes well, festival nominations and awards and stuff, so it can help them for their own CV, because I mean, it happens to me, as you say, for my first short film, because it did quite well and I took the risk to put myself out there, and as a new film director, writer, producer, and especially with my own personal story, but it worked out because that's why I attracted all this project that I've shot it in a very short time of period, but I've done it, and even with budget, I started with a small budget, and then the documentary was funded by the Council of Lewisham, so I didn't have to worry about the money, but it's because I've done this first short film. That's why I got high, because they could see what I could do. And then Kupepia, we had a private investor and the budget was 15k. But if I haven't done the fast short film trigger, I wouldn't have those opportunities.
It's that first step that creates everything.
Yeah.
And
it's a snowball effect.
yes.
Or a ripple effect.
Yes, and you are all great. Remember that. But you do have to everyone has to take those first steps to prove themselves, but also learn, because no matter how great you might feel,
yes,
the reality might be different. So that's why everyone's got to it's normal to take these steps.
And have fun doing it.
Never
forget why we're making films.
Yes.
It's because it's fun and we can change life perception. We can change sometimes society. So just have fun and know there is a purpose.
Yeah. And create that team that's perfect for you with kindness. Just be kind and create that team and you'll make great stuff.
Yes.
Thank you very much for watching. And I hope to see you on the next episode. And thank you so much, Yorgo.
Thank you for the
coming
invitation
today and for sharing your knowledge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hopefully, we'll see each other in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.